Hey everybody, welcome back. Here we are, and we're climbing, man. I hope to climb with you. Normal enemies are tougher. I think is one of the more annoying ascensions, but I'm the difficulty increases every time. I'm just hoping that at least while we're in relatively early ascensions, my game knowledge and sense and patience improve at a faster pace. Leaves us likely in an okay spot. A curse to transform 2 cards, huh? You know, I think I could be persuaded. I really like this when you die early on late ascensions to maybe give you a free elite, or, you know, adding 3 cards to your deck via 3 combats without actually having to use your brain. Transform is risky, but it's fun too. Give me a strike and a defend. Pressure points, wave of the hand. Okay, that's basically a dream come true. And then let's just try to remove this curse at our earliest convenience. It's not that bad, but it's kind of annoying. We will wave of the hand and block. Probably then pressure points. And pass turn. I think we saved the miracle for a situation where we like needed to get to the proper amount of damage for lethal, or alternatively to play a big defend. We could have played it here to avoid the regret, but... Or, you know, I don't think it's necessarily worth that. Here, you don't even have to do the math. You can just be like, that's enough. I know it's enough. I played enough that I know it's enough. I love entering Wrath. Excuse me, my cat would like to get in the office. Hello, Tomo. Hello, Tomo. But I'm actually becoming a bit of a bigger believer in something like Scry. When you have pressure points, because it's going to allow us to get to those pressure points even faster. This, to me, seems like a miracle turn. I think you do something like that. You know what? It is a miracle turn. I'm stupid. I didn't think about the way that this would work. You know what? I'm content to do this, I think. We have energy stored. If we draw Eruption, like, it's over for them anyway. We did draw Eruption. We can just do it like that. Could have been better. I hate using a potion there, but it is what it is. I'm not, like, sold anymore on Wallop, but I do think it's probably better than I'm giving it credit for. It just hasn't been, like, the biggest superstar of my life recently. Let's take a Flying Sleeves, which I think does really well with Eruption. And I want to keep adding cards here. Like, I'm now at the point... Let me look at this for a moment. This is like a really good turn to possibly kill you. Like, I think you play those miracles. We're really looking for, like, a single attack. Oh, we got you anyway. Yeah, barely, but... you always want to apply that miracle either to do a double damage strike when you're in Wrath, or to get you enough block to not take a significant amount of damage, I think. I'm not sold on Mantra. I'm kind of sold on Wreath of Flame, which I'm now realizing much of the time we use it will probably be 10 extra damage. And, like, literally, this just popped into my brain. The fight could be long enough that this might matter. Let's. I don't think you can go wrong doing that. It's just whether it's the rightest. We should be in a great spot here, but I'm thinking like Wreath of Flame. Definitely, you're trying to hold it to use with like a Flying Sleeves, but I also think like we can totally get around it with like this Wreath of Flame. 28 damage for 28 block, and now we're in just a lovely position. I don't know what to tell you. I feel like my brain's doing the math really well. Maybe it's because I came into this having played some chess recently, and this is like not an analytics cakewalk, but this is like less calculations, so I feel like I'm ready. I don't know. Plus, I'm fully caffeinated, which is rare. Well, not really. I still think Flurry of Blows has a place. I think it's got a place in our life. So, next additional attack does 8. That is interesting. 2 weak to all enemies is also really good. I think... I think you start with Wreath of Flame because it's better against 2/3 of the elites. If we get the AoE elites, you just gotta say, you know, sometimes crap happens. This is what we want to see. So, Wave of the Hand is fine here. We'd really like to apply a weakness early. Did I upgrade the wrong card? I upgraded... Oh, no, I upgraded Wreath of Flame. Yeah, never mind. Why was this better? Because it does more damage, which kills these single enemies faster, whereas Wave of the Hand, we wanted it to be upgraded because it makes the... it gets rid of the artifacts on the AoE elites, which maybe makes like a pressure point work better in the future. But anyway, this is totally fine. I think you... Because we want to make sure you're weak for a couple of turns. I think we just... Liquid Memory's a wallop back here. And we save Flying Sleeves, because like Flying Sleeves, Eruption, Wreath of Flame is... I'm pretty sure you just die, to be honest. So I actually think we take 6 damage this turn. Just to get Wreath of Flame ready for the next turn. And then by itself... Oh, that's not how this works. This is 16 damage plus another 8 is 20... No, okay, you can do it. You can do 16 damage. Miracle. We calculated wrong, but we're relatively unpunished. Is you gotta get into the Eruption state for free, otherwise it'll use your Wreath of Flame on the Eruption. That makes perfect sense. And that's how we get into it. Not for free, I should say, but without using an attack. Wave of the Hand is definitely our next pickup. And it's a great sign for the resiliency of the deck. I think if you're able to do this, if you're able to make mistakes like that without it coming back to bite you, and we're getting quite a strong little deck going here. Scry 5 is really nice to get the pressure points faster as our deck remains relatively thin. I don't feel like we're riding like too close to the surface of the sun or anything. Next turn, we don't care for this, and I really, not to be rude, I don't think we really care for a pressure points. And I don't think the fight's going to go long enough for a Wave of the Hand. So I think that's our dream draw for next turn. And just Eruption... Let's run the numbers, because this is important. Eruption Flying Sleeves is 9 plus 6, so that's 25 damage. But Eruption... Maybe there's an even better way to do it. So it adds 8 additional damage. I mean, this is 24 damage by itself. I think you can just... Crescendo, Wreath of Flame, and now we've got a 48 damage Flying Sleeves, and I'm starting to see it. I'm starting to see it. I'm no longer really sold on a Bowling Bash. I think more Crescendos is good if our deck gets fatter, but it's not there yet. We have no shop coming up. Why don't you just be nice and give me this max HP? And, I mean, like, we're going to have a really solid setup here. I like a 1-cost Eruption. Saves us from having to use the Miracle, or lets us use the Miracle to do better next time. Pressure points is kind of what we're looking for, honestly, but we gotta... I think this is a Dex Potion, enter Calm, and then maybe get a Wreath of Flame ready for next turn. Yeah, because, like, this does no damage. It just removes the... artifact. I think we'll play this after some Wave of the Hands come out. I think it's the only play, really, because, like, I mean, Flying Sleeves does a decent... you know what? But we can also just play Flying Sleeves next turn. There's no reason we have to play it right now. We'd have to use a Miracle in both situations. So, we have only attacks. Crescendo Flying Sleeves is a kill. So, but we'd miss out on a flurry of blows, but I think you gotta do it. So, Crescendo, and then Flying Sleeves is a kill. Then the dream is, can we get another kill? I don't mind taking 20 if we gotta take 20. We have 38 damage out there. You can't make this stuff up. And I know that this, like, maybe doesn't look great, but we were gonna take 20. I mean, there was 20 on the board regardless, right? So I feel like you just go hard on this turn, and you should be dead. That's really good. It's honestly totally fine. I do tend to like a Master Reality. We're not creating cards in combat yet, though. So maybe we can wait on this. We could possibly get it after this boss. I'll take another third eye, honestly. And we're fighting you. Lower HP is fine. What is this? It just becomes a little bit better. Not in a bad way, but I'm kind of a believer in this. Okay, hold on. I got an important Discord message that I will respond to later. It's not a bad one, but okay. So we would like to make you weak as long as possible, for sure. So Wave of the Hand's great. What do we want next turn? This seems fine to me. You know what we want, really, is like a way to X his stance more reliably. I actually think we draw this turn to get better scries going as well. So next turn, we know that we don't need an eruption. Or, like, I think a pressure points is good. I think it's nice to get the flying sleeves as soon as possible. So I don't mind drawing those 3 next turn. You're going to be weak for 4 turns. It's kind of tempting for me. I'm trying to think. So realistically, I bet you're going to do 24 damage at like 4 times 6, which will become 3 times 6 for 18 damage, which will be 36 if we're in the opposite state. I think we've scried so much, we don't need to play another defend to get more weakness, because we're going to have you be weak anyway, because we're drawing through our cards so fast. So we have no blocks, which we probably could have seen this coming. You gotta play this. I think you definitely play Wreath of Flame Flying Sleeves, even though it's not necessarily your dream play. I think it's totally fine. This looks worse than it is. IMO, at least. So this is a big opportunity for us to get into Crescendo. The only question I have is, could we get a Wave of the Hand payoff here? So, like, if we Miracle, Wave of the Hand, 3 energy. Vigilance, 1 energy plus 2 turns of weakness. Crescendo, 0 energy goes back to 2 energy, and then we can still wallop. I think I like this. So it looks like Miracle, Wave of the Hand, Vigilance, right? Okay, I forgot about this part. Crescendo. Wallop. That's good damage. We're in the state we want to be in. Obviously, like, double damage is coming out here, so you got to be a little bit aware of that. We definitely don't want to draw that next turn. I mean, I think you go Coward strats here, honestly. I still think, by the way, that this looks worse than it is. We definitely want to see Flying Sleeves. We don't want to see a burn. 2 energy to do with as we please. Not bad. The pressure points are going to help us out a lot here, too. This is your play. Wreath of Flame, Flying Sleeves. And then Third Eye to plan our next turn. We want pressure points. We actually want Vigilance as well. Dump these 2, because we might want to wall up, honestly. I need to see how much damage they do next turn. I never remember. 24. So Wallop is 18 by itself. It's dangerous, don't get me wrong. But I think we can afford... Oh, but it only does the on-block damage. So no, don't do that. Play a pressure points and then play a vigilance. I'm hoping I'm not going to regret not taking the strength potion, but, you know, life comes at you fast sometimes. You're doing 12 damage. You're only weak for 1 more turn. It would be nice to make you weak again. But if we want to be in the eruption state, we got to get there. So you know what I'm looking at here, actually, is... Will we draw Flying Sleeves next turn? We can guarantee it. So if we play Eruption... Yeah, we're going for it. Eruption, because I think we're going to kill you with Flying Sleeves. We should have played Flurry of Blows first. That's a given. My mistake. Wave of the Hand into Third Eye. And then we just got to make sure... We'll draw some more attacks as well. But then that lets us play Wreath of Flame. And that's 48 damage in and of itself. And we got you. Look at that. Sometimes doing the calculation is all you need to do. Now, I could be persuaded to take a Spirit Shield here. I don't think it's exceptional, but I think it's okay. And I hate to say it, but I think you kind of got to go Sozu out of those ones. I'm not comfortable enough to play with Runic Dome quite yet, in my estimation. So, we don't need to hit an early shot, but we could. We do have 4 energy. How do we do against birds? I think we do okay. Pressure points does have an AoE component. I know we haven't hit that yet, but at some point we will, presumably. And our turns... This is just really good. I think you just leave Eruption for now, because you know you're drawing Crescendo anyway. And I'm totally fine with this turn. Our turns become a lot smoother now, for sure. We got 16 damage coming out. Spirit Shield basically handles it. But can we get a kill? No, I don't believe so. So I think you... in my heart of hearts, I think you put no damage out there. Order, by the way, but... we may not kill both of them. I do want to say that I think we still might kill both of them. Sorry, I'm doing the math, as they say. And you doubted me. Okay, we need to make sure that we have the best draw possible next turn. That's not really that helpful now that I look at it. We just we got rid of a defend. We got to do 23 damage. Guess what? There's 24. Ye of little faith. He's putting no damage out there. He's putting... I see ya. Second flying sleeves. Not to play it, but really just to see it. Very pleased. I love the turn 1 wave of the hand. More of that, please. We actually, in my opinion, we don't really need a crescendo here. Pressure points is something that appeals to me. And you know what? Because we got 2 of these, I think we can afford to just knock you out right now and pass turn. Do I seem confident? Because I feel confident right now. I can't guarantee that we're going to win, but I certainly feel like we have... we got something. We got something inside. Now, we can't really get around the 10 damage this turn, but... that's okay. I think you just go this. You're at 16. Wreath of Flame does give us a kill. Obviously, like in my heart, I want to keep it active for like a flying sleeves, but sometimes that's not how life works out. 6 damage coming out, i.e. no damage coming out. Let's knock you out. Right? We have nothing in our drop pile, huh? I don't want to hit you, because if I hit you with Eruption, I'm taking 12 damage. I hate to say it, but I think you just let it slip. I think these guys is just about getting the damage out there. 9 total damage. Actually, like a comical amount of damage. I'm unperturbed. We don't want to wallop. I think we just want cheap attacks. And we're tailoring the fight... ourselves to the fight instead of the opposite, which is new for me. I hate to say it, I think I screwed up. I think you got to play a 3rd eye here to not take damage. No, that's wrong. Well, you do have to play it, but you don't have to avoid the strike. Okay. And then being an Eruption next turn, you're toasted. No potions, I got to admit. I've been leaning on the potions quite a lot. So no potions is a bit spicy, but... I mean, to be honest, Weave actually seems to have some play here. We do Scry pretty frequently. And exiting Stance is also nice, but I'm content taking this. So we're looking for a pressure points. We got one. But we're also looking for a Bottled Lightning, and we're also looking for a membership card. So I think, what would we take as our skill? Wreath of Flame, for sure. Or actually, probably Wave of the Hand. And I gotta tell you, I wish we could get both. This is like an investment in the future. This is an investment in our current. I really want that other pressure points too, but I think, just being honest, it's an unpopular play, and that's what I think makes it so good. That's how I know it's the right play, because it looks so bad. But being able to... And we've been drawing it on the first turn, like, by accident a lot. But being able to guarantee that we draw that turn 1 is, like, it has transformative qualities, I think. Applying 4 weak to all enemies early is really good. And then you got to think about the future as well. And the future here... I still think you save it. The future here, it looks more like, you know, enemies will have artifact. Maybe we'll get a talk to the hand. We can use the talk to the hand to get out of a real jam if the artifact's burned. So if we can kill you, there will be 18 damage on field. We will crescendo. We don't need to use a Wreath of Flame if it costs the same amount of energy as what we were going to do in the first place. Right now, there's 16 damage. Hold on. I think we do it like this. I think we don't crescendo. I think we Wreath of Flame, smack ya. Smack ya again. I hate to lose both of them, but it was for a good cause. Scry through your days. And I think just leave yourself right here. So we would probably... I think we would do Eruption, Weave, Strike, Miracle Vigilance. It's a nasty turn. But this is... I'm stoked to have Regal Pillow. Let's put it that way. Man, I just wish that Crescendo Wreath of Flame got us there. But it sadly doesn't. So I think you just Wreath of Flame... land a shot, and then we're definitely going up against an enemy who, like, has it out for us. You gotta get defense, so just dump the dazes. I think you keep the strikes. I think you can dump all the defense, because we're gonna be trying to, like legitimately kill you next turn. Dump the dazes, dump the spirit shield. We get to hit you again. Crescendo Flying Sleeves is very close, but not quite there. I mean, we got you. I just want to make it hurt now. Okay. Good stuff. Consecrate is always an interesting one. Like, having some AoE, it could be worse. You know what? I'm going to take it because we got a lot of AoE elites on this floor. We're only going to fight one of them because we're going to do real coward strats and come over here and then rest. But okay, so hopefully that's just a situation where we fought an enemy that annoyed us. It sucks, like, we have no block that we can pull from here, so Wave of the Hand is actually, like, useless. We need, like, an Orichalcum. And I'm popping that prospectively, hoping we get a Crescendo Flying Sleeves next turn. I'm happy with a Consecrate, honestly, like, if it's gotta be done. I think we like all that, but you gotta face the difficult realization we won't actually be able to play all of it. I'll deal with that when it comes to pass. I don't know, this is spooky. It's kind of falling apart. It was really good at the start of this floor. You know what? Nobody's attacking me right now, so that's an easy enough situation to just play something like this. And I do feel like... You know what? Actually, our next turn looks pretty good. I'd rather save a miracle for it. Just a little scary, but 8 damage, and then... Okay, so this is exactly 24 damage. You got 23 HP, which is nice for us to think about. Yeah, play it like this. And you should be toasted. Maybe it's starting to fall apart just a little, but we're out of that fall apart phase now. So we love that. We always love this. That's very nice, and then you look at the next turn and you just dump everything that's not an attack. Not so bad. I forgot we can't even take a potion, but Deceive Reality Plus, I'm a fan. I hate to rest here, but we don't have that much to upgrade. Obviously, I'd like to, but this is like a Preserved Insect, very helpful. This is like the opposite of our last floor. Why don't you take 58 gold? I think a potion is worth roughly that, but because we can't get any more, it feels like it's worth more than that. Whenever you play an attack, temporarily gain 1 dex. Okay. Well, I think we will play a Wave of the Hand just to weaken. Otherwise, we have like almost no attacks here. Next turn, I think I like all this. Which I actually realize now. I think we want to be... They're all weak. So I think we want to be in the crescendo. And then I'm actually going to gain block just to give you even more weakness, because we're going to be taking double damage. We'd love to see like Wreath of Flame consecrate, but that's not how that worked. On the other hand, it's not so bad, because check this out, okay? Flurry of Blows, for sure. How much damage? This is going to do 48 damage, right? With Wreath of Flame attached. No, it's going to do 32 damage? Why is this not 48? Well, if it's only doing 32 damage, you want to do it like this. No, it's doing 48. I'm actually just stupid. But that's okay. We'll do 48 damage over here. And then... Oh my god. Don't talk to me. I'm dumb is the problem. 27 damage is coming out. We'll have 18 block. That's stupid. But on the bright side, we're going to get 2 kills next turn, but there was no reason to tackle it like that. I don't know what happened to my brain. It's okay, though. We're only a little HP down. You know, mistakes are going to happen in this line of work. I'm confused about what my error was. Like, I'm trying to... If it's systemic, we got to get out in front of it. If it's just a temporary, like, problem with the meat computer, you know, it happens. Establishment is going to make our flying sleeves that much easier to play. I'm a big fan of, like, Wave of the Hand, Third Eye to start a run with. We really want Consecrate on the next turn. We don't really care for Interruption, though. Okay, so we would like... We want to be in the crescendoed state. We would like you to be killed. And I'm totally fine playing... I'll play it on you just because, like, I think we're going to find it a little easier to take out the Shield Gremlin next turn. So you're doing 45 damage. That's nasty. We like... Wreath of Consecrate's already getting us there. But you got to apply it to something. So I think you'd... Well, that's not true. You could play it at the end of your turn, and then a Flying Sleeves will come up later. Now, we do have Dex here. We got to do it in order, though. No, you know what? We play it like that to take advantage of the Dex. Then we play it like this. Then we take advantage of the Dex. Next turn. We don't need an Establishment, I think. It's going to be more useful for longer fights. But you are not... He's not going to attack me next turn. So keep a wall up just in case, because the damage is something there, and get rid of all the defense. Weave comes back. And we're taking a pretty nasty hit, but we play Wreath of Flame at the end because of Flying Sleeves will make it pop here. Dude, this is where it's just, like, so important to have a knowledge of how the enemies behave. If you got that, like, look at this. We got a blue candle, a regen potion we can't use. I really think we need a way to X his stance. Like, the Wrath stance is just causing us all sorts of problems here. An innate establishment? I mean, there's... You really do want to play this, like, turn 1. Okay. I'm a little skeptical in the sense that I think we need block more than anything else right now, but... Wave of the Hand is kind of... It's, like, built to get around that, hopefully. Not a particularly strong first turn, but, you know, we had setup that had to be done. Snecko Eye is always a little scary. So we love this. You definitely have to get used to the order. It's fine. All this is fine. I would say maybe dump a strike, and then we can just hit you. We got to 31 block on that. And a safety in hand that gets made cheaper is a beautiful thing. How much block does it give us? 12. I think you just do... I mean, this is not a great turn for us. But the flying sleeves get cheaper every single turn. So all we gotta do is, you know, survive. You're doing 15 block. I will get 17 damage, and then again, everything that gets retained becomes a little cheaper. Very nearly in playable territory, some people might even suggest. This is a big one. You gotta crescendo. You gotta give this one a chance. Sure, let's get this out there early. I don't want all this expensive garbage, man. That's what it comes down to. And then we take advantage of the decks. 27? 27? We're just eking it out. Wave of the Hand is our best, like, possibility here, I think. We get to 19 block. We're going to take 1 damage. But you know what? We'll get Wreath of Flame ready for our next turn. You gotta be pretty tight on this one. Spirit Shield is a nice play, I think. And then, I don't know, man. We can only play 1 attack. Let's play the one that does the most damage. Controversially, I think that's the right play. If you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go make sure our security system doesn't go off. Oh, it's been saved. Okay. Start with... I mean, we should be able to kill you super easily. Let's exit stance like this. Flying sleeves, empty fist. Okay, yeah, you didn't even have to worry about it that much. I think Carve Reality is good. I think Fear No Evil is good too. I think damage is what scares me the most. So let's... Like dying, I think, is what scares me the most. And I think this is the scariest point here. So let's pop the Strength Potion. And we like this. We like this. We love that Scry. And we like a safety that will be made cheaper next turn. 4 turns of weakness on the enemy. Feeling okay. Feeling good, even, some might say. Eating good in the neighborhood. We don't need to apply a single block. I would still play a Flying Sleeves here, just because we have energy to burn, and then you get to store the Wreath of Flame, hopefully crescendoing this turn. Or erupting this turn, which is... but then that uses the Wreath of Flame, which there will be a time in my life where I'll learn that that's how that goes. But look at this, kind of like absent-mindedly put... I don't mind taking 1 hit, or 2 damage. I absent-mindedly put like 100 damage out on the field there. So we love this. That's damage. It is going to purge, unfortunately. We'll empty fist anyway, just because we can. Do your worst, ha ha ha. Our pressure points has been underwhelming. I think you play it like this. We don't need all this. I'll stick with the Wave of the Hand. We're going to end this in the calm stance regardless. It is tough to imagine how we live long enough to kill this guy, but maybe it's happening, man. I don't know. Get this out here so you can scry. We'll play Wreath of Flame next. Okay. I think we have a turn coming up. I think we're going to be able to do some serious damage. I hope we're able to do some... Oh, no, because we need the exit stance. Okay, we have a Wreath of Flame active right now. Get that out there. I don't want to take 20 damage, so I'm gonna take the coward's way out on this one. We'll take 19... not 19, we'll take 1 damage instead. Okay, next turn, in order to win this, I think we need to draw Wrath, and we did. That allows us to do this... And really get champ low here. We might be able to put out... You get a block, right? No? I mean, we're not dying here. Are we able to put out the 60 damage necessary? No. We might be able to put up the block necessary. or at least close to it. I think we still hit you. 26, well, close enough. Close enough to not be that upset. Pressure points is not that spectacular here, unfortunately. But we got you, and dare I say it wasn't that bad. We don't need a second establishment. What card in our draw pile would we want to play twice and then exhaust it? I don't know. I mean, I'm still of the opinion I don't really see it. So Devotion, our fights go on long enough. I could see Devotion working for us. And then let me tell you, we don't want Sacred Bark. Woof woof bark bark. Are we in a position for a Snecko Eye? I don't think so. So let's transform 3 cards. And I think we'll do 2 strikes and a defend. Pressure Points, Diva Form, and another a third Flying Sleeves. Okay, okay. That seems like it could have gone worse. Timekeeper doesn't seem that bad for me. I think you want to be on this path, because it gives us the option to fight elites or not fight elites. Man, Wave of the Hand is so good if you can just also put yourself in a position where you actually draw some blocks on turn 1. If you don't draw blocks on turn 1, it's a lot less useful. I would say Wreath of Flame Wallop is kind of it's an interesting play here. And you know what? I think via Miracle Third Eye, we can pretty much guarantee that we're going to kill you next turn. So let's live with that. I think we have 27 damage via Eruption, or via Pressure Points and Eruption. So I literally like can't get you, so that's devastating for me. Just on a personal level. I don't know if the run is in that bad of a spot, but that hurts me a little bit. So Realize, I guess, is kind of tempting, honestly. But I think we need, more than anything else, I think we need cards that generate better blocks. But maybe, I mean, it happened again. So, George is getting upset. Well, at least we can get a kill here. You know what would actually work for us is even just getting like an ornamental fan. So if we drew only attacks, we would still get at least like 4 block out of it. There's something to that strategy. I'm not fully sold on the concept of a diva form here. But you know what? It is ethereal. You have to die. We could do it like this. It does get us there. Pressure point, Spirit Shield. Get rid of the defend and get rid of the strike. We don't want to play basic strikes against a spiker. It's a little too dangerous. But we definitely love pressure points. And you always play Spirit Shield first. I'm just a fool. We should play something. We draw next turn. I'm gonna do that like a pure coward. You're not attacking. That's pretty good news. 7 block. 19 block. I think you got to take advantage of this. Let's do a crescendo, and then like a fear no evil. Empty Fist. Okay, that got us there. Another Flurry of Blows interests me, although now I'm thinking against the Timekeeper, I'm not sure. I'm just being real with you. This guy's probably going to kill us. Wave of the Hand again has no use, which is incredibly frustrating. We need to play it like this. And it'll cost us... No, it won't cost us our Miracle. Look at that. This guy's not necessarily so hard when you got, like, you know, stances that you can pull out. But it's, it can still be a little strange. Like, I don't feel comfortable crescendoing here, but if we don't crescendo, like, we, you know... I know we would have gotten a Flurry of Blows back, but I'm just not sure that's enough, right? So I think a Pressure Points is well worth the 1. We probably don't need to play a Devotion. Crescendo. Hit ya. We have to hit you again, otherwise I was going to store it. Okay, and it turns out we should play a devotion because we got nothing better to do. Just survive. Just survive. You can get there. Maybe. Maybe not. No, Empty Fist is good to keep. Okay. But I don't think it's going to matter. Like, I think we're literally just dead right now. Yeah, okay. Hey, we scaled badly. Our first floor was a thing of beauty, but we scaled pretty badly. Apart from that, though, I still had a great time. And we're still learning. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. See ya!